Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Robakazam coming to you with a StarCraft 2 upload. Alright, there's my shout out to Balkan Paladin, who's been a huge influence on what casting looks like. It's all downhill from here. The first video, I was just for the first time ever using this software, the replays and the game recorder, and it ended with me accidentally closing the video. This one will probably end the same way. But between those two videos, that first try and this, I've done a ton of research on what GameHeart is, how that works, on what the hotkeys are for the Windows game recorder in StarCraft. I have it written out in front of me on this table, which I'm probably going to be looking at a lot. What this game is an Archon mode versus AI, Robakazam and Chipadon, and we're going to look at that and see how it went. I'm going to try and hide the game recorder interface right now, which I've learned doesn't actually show up on the video, but how can I hide it? I'm going to try Windows G. Got it. And you guys can't see my mouse, which I've learned. I've learned how to show different players' vision. I was stuck on that for a bit. Okay. Okay, unpause. By the way, pause, the P button, sometimes on my computer minimizes StarCraft, and then I lose the video. I don't think that's happening right now, but it was happening 5 minutes ago, so here we go. I want to show everyone's vision. I want to show spend. Sure, I guess. I want to show production. Yeah, I want to show production. So we're walling off versus Zerg. The original plan was to do... It's an economic focus with medevac bio harassment and then pushing at supply cap, which we are bad at. We're bad at all of that. We're especially bad at pushing, probably. I was just pinging where to put the third base. This is probably a gold level and platinum level skill level. So the Archon split up, so there's one macro player, Chipadon, and there's one micro player, Robakazam. And we're pretty new at the whole thing. Pretty new at the whole Archon mode. Sending out some scouts. What do my buttons do here? Upgrades, no one cares. Zoom out, that's pretty cool. Actions per minute. Okay. They don't show by player. I can see vision for player 1, scouting, vision for player 2, and vision for everyone, but... Alright, so player 1, this is where we try and... I wanted to cast this because we reacted to what they're doing here in a fun way. So I see the Roachworn, and I'm say, Chipadon, do not expand.
Are under attack.
I think I say that. And I say, well, I really want to know when they expand, so maybe we'll build an engineering bay here. Start one. Okay, what else do I want to see? Income. I can't use the fancy income chart because this wasn't played on GameHeart. GameHeart's just the around the edges, what looks a little different. It's got those idle skulls. It's a little different than the WCS interface. Who cares? No one cares. So we haven't seen the Baneling nest. Here, what kind of a build is this? We're not even playing against the hardest AI. It's harder. I think it's one step down from Elite, because that's how good we are at the moment. At some point I get in there and I see the Banelings, and that's when we say, hey, let's make a big wall. Not yet. Player 1 is... I'm at player 1's camera right now. I think player 1 is setting rallies on the minimap to a patrol. Player 2 is... This is not working.
SCV ready.
Okay, 1 and 2 are not giving me vision right now. Can I go back to everyone? Yeah. Can I go to 2? Okay.
SCV ready.
Is it because I swapped down who's top player and bottom player? That I can do with Control X. Okay, does that work again now? Maybe I had to double tap it. Okay, so that's player 2. This is player 1. What can everyone see? Okay, so nope. What has the first team seen? The first team has seen it. Sorry, so we've seen it. We're coordinating. Let's build this. Let's build this wall because they're going to be coming at us with the roaches. No, with banelings and roaches. So it's extra militaristic, which is why we still haven't expanded, because we're really focusing on trying to keep the same amount of bases, or be up on economy via base count. And one basing Zerg, we have vision on every base. We're totally happy with the one basing Zerg versus one basing terrain. So they got the same idea. And I've since learned that it doesn't make any sense to put these SCVs out here. Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because terrain has Marines, which cost the same as SCVs, and they can be used for scouting instead of this. I know a lot of players... I've never actually seen another player do this ever, but I like to keep eyes on everything like this. So we're making our Baneling wall. We know they haven't expanded, or at least know they... Yeah, we know they haven't expanded, so we're feeling pretty good about things. Let's pause and take a look at where the game is. 1 versus 1, so we're up on that metric. Minerals. No one has a bank. Supply. Zerg is up supply, but if it's roaches, I'm not super concerned about that. We're tied on workers, but we're actually up because I like to add 3 for every orbital. So we're about tied on workers. We're up on bases. We are down on army. That's a little worrying, but now that is not great. Let's go back to everyone so we can see what's on the bottom right here. That didn't work. Okay, so sometimes that doesn't care. What if I hit escape? Okay, so I get in some menu that I have to hit escape to get out of to go back to my default keys. So escape, income, that's just a snapshot. It's really hard to tell. We know what that is. Idle, who knows. APM is both 50? That's coincidence. Okay. Pause. I like how the WCS has tech spending. I can't see tech spending. I guess I can see it by hit spend up there, and we see that we are crushing it in tech. Alright, I wonder if their army buildings go to... I wonder if their Baneling nests and their Roach Warren go to army spend, and not tech. I would have guessed tech. Okay. So we're way up on tech, which is good. Chipadon's doing a good job getting the upgrades, maybe. We got our engineering bay. We're getting infantry weapons level 1. Okay, cool. We got our little Baneling proof bit here. Oh, and they're moving out, and we know it. We know it because they're hitting our engineering bay. And oh my God! Look at those Banelings. We need a bigger wall, maybe. They're coming out for us. What is going to happen now? What's Chipadon doing? Chipadon is escape. Chipadon is setting our rallies. Robakazam is making sure everything's ready to go. At this point, units lost. Look at that muscle memory. Units lost. Nothing. No one's really lost anything. Lost what? The drone. Everyone, what can we see? What is that? That looks like a good scout, but it's probably just an accident. No, it is. It is on purpose. Alright, so we see that. At this point, pause. We're feeling pretty good because we know what they're doing. And we have built the best we could come up with for a counter. And they're walking right into the trap because it's the AI. Although, I found on the lower level ladder, the players are really stubborn. If you scout 2 Void Rays and they see that you scouted 2 Void Rays, they're going to build 14 Void Rays. They're not going to change their plan. So in some ways, the AI is like the low-level players. And they're committing to this Baneling attack, which, I mean, if I had to design a defense to this, this is what we did. Chipadon, we did a great job here. not going down economically, and preparing for this attack. So let's see what happens. Let's look at units lost. As you can imagine, this is going to be a shellacking. Alright, pause. So we know what just happened. We're well aware that we are now in a huge opportunity to run away with this game. We know they expanded. We know they just lost their entire army. So what do? We are obviously... I don't want to say obviously. There's 3 things we can be ahead at. 1, economy. At least 3. 1, economy. 2, army. 3, technology. And when you have a major win, you can get ahead significantly on those, or maybe even some combination. When you have a minor win, you can maybe take a little bit of a lead. And so we're trying to always be aware of those 3 things, who's ahead, who's behind. We just really crushed them. Now we have the opportunity to jump up in army, in economy, or in technology. And I know we at least choose to jump up in economy. This is really our choice. Do we want to go kill them right now and put pressure on until they're dead? Do we want to safely expand once or even twice and huge economy and beat them in 5 minutes? What do we do? But we know we need to move right now. We still know they don't have more than 2 bases. We're probably building a command center already. No, not yet. We're going to put some pressure on them because we don't want them to just drone their bases off on the backs of this. Who's making what? Production. Okay, so we're doing up. Oh, this is a nice thing to have open. Now I see why Falcon Paladin does it. So now we're expanding. I'm very bad at spending the energy. And wow, look at their macro. So their micro is trash, right? But the computer's macro is definitely better than ours. When we play on Protoss, if we don't kill them in the beginning, the very beginning with our proxy shieldy boys, we often struggle. So I'm just thinking this is where we're going to build our Great Wall supply depots. It's mistakenly made here because Chipadon is not super aware of how this map works. There we go. And the drop's happening at the same time up here. Now the AI is terrible at this. They run your drones to the attacking force. I guess that makes up for their on-point macro in my mind, especially at the elite level. I mean, I know a skilled player can probably beat 6 elite level AIs at the same time, but I cannot. So at this point, I'm feeling that I should be able to do significant damage with this drop because they just lost their whole army. They lost. Let's see what they lost. When this whole started, we were up. Oh, let me go back a second. I think I can do this without closing out the video. Back. B, back. Oh, all right. Back. Back. I just want to see before the drop starts. I want to see how effective the drop is. Of course. All right. Pause. Lost is. So they've lost 1,000 more than us. We're essentially tied on workers. We're up on bases. We're up by 2 bases. We're up on bases. We're essentially tied on workers. We have a big army advantage, which we need to press to maintain our advantage and expand it. We're up on supply, and that's entirely army. Everyone escape. E for everyone. No one has a bank. And I don't know how to interpret idle very much. I'm especially confused that the idle on the AI is so. Maybe it's because it's not the hardest AI. Not that the hardest AI is perfect. Alright, so at this point we are up on army. We're about tied economically because our second base is not made. So I'm going to say we're only up economically. And if we look at tech, they caught up on that too. So they've really caught up. This is the thing about Zergs. You can't let them recover because they're right back up there with you. But they didn't spend on army that much. They did go on economy and tech to catch up. And now if we can't put in some damage, so put in some work with our economic, with our militaristic advantage, we're going to lose it. We're going to lose that lead we just got with those Banes down here. So let's see if we do it. We need to. We need you to stay ahead. We don't need to stay even. Here we go. We've lost 1,000 more. They've lost 1,000 more than us. Their army is way out of position. And there it comes, there it comes, there. So 1,000. Can we get 2,000? Alright, we're at about 2,000. We just need to do some real damage here. Stay ahead. We can do 2,000. Can we do 3,000? No, we cannot do 3,000. 1,000 damage in a drop. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Looking at the workers, now we are, I would say that's up. Now we're still about tied workers. We still have the army advantage. They lost some buildings. So still pressing our army advantage. And the AI is so dumb. It's... And I just say the AI dumb is I throw away our whole army. So I'm not the best either. We were able to press our advantage from 1,000 up to 2,000 up, and it looks like it just held at 2,000 up. Meanwhile, Chipadon's macro in his face-off back here. But we're not up workers. That's remarkable. We're tied. If you factor in the orbals right now, we're tied workers. Part of that is my fault. I'm supposed to be using this energy, but I'm not. Because all I can handle for APM is one drop. Should have muled this like crazy when it went down. We're set up to defend a bit. We still have an army advantage, but I'm lacking the APM to properly leverage that. We know they're only on 2 bases, so we're still happy. We're still happy because the 2 basing terrain versus 2 basing Zerg. We're happy with that. And we've got eyes on everything. Came home to lick wounds after that attack. And our bio is a little smaller. Medevacs, we've got more medevacs than bio. We're not super worried. We like the 2v2. Oh, we're attacking here. How did I miss that? We were up 2,000 on Lost, and this drop put us up, looks like another 1,000. So now we're up 3,000 on Lost, which, I mean, Zergs should be losing more, so that's extra bad for them. And there they go, being stupid, attacking with the drones again. Doesn't make any sense. They're good at the macro, they're bad at the decision making in micro, but I guess that's how the AIs always work for these Blizzard games. And we don't even have the APM to set these tanks up. With 2 people, we can't attack and build at the same time. Why are they set up there? Okay. So we're going back in. We're up by 3,000 lost minerals. Can we get up a little further? We're still, now we're finally up on drones, but we're down on bases. Or at least tied. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Do we know about that? I can figure this out. 1, no, we don't know about that. We're about to find out about it though, and what are we gonna do when we see it? I don't know. We find out about it. And now we know. Let's look at the production to see what gets triggered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in the next 5 seconds we don't change our plan drastically to deal with this third, probably because we saw the third coming. What do we have eyes on? How do we have? Oh, we're not.
It's go time.
What is player 1 doing? Player 1 probably asked player 2 to expand because of this new thing, and we still feel strong. So that's what's happening. Player 1's expanding. What is Chipadon doing? How's our bank? Chipadon's doing a good job keeping our minerals low, our bank low in general. I know that 1,000's not great, but if we're under 1,000, I'm happy in the mid game. Where's a snapshot of the game? We're still up bases. We are still up workers. Our tech is down. Our army is up, so we're still feeling pretty safe. What do we know about? The problem is we're not good at pushing. I'm not good at pushing. No, you know what? That's not the problem here. We think we're doing okay.
SCV ready.
I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna forward twice. Forward, forward. Oh, F is not forward. Oh, it is escape. Escape. Forward twice. Why is that not working? Escape, escape, forward. Does back work? Okay, back works. Forward, now it's working. That is... No, it's now it's not working. That is weird. I wonder if this video shows all these stats. This is a really cool feature of the Game Heart interface. So I think when people build these, they can put whatever stats they want, wherever they want on the interface, as long as it's one of these. When I say these, I mean mods for replays. Alright. Close out of it. What's going on over here? Skirmishes? Oh, it looks like these guys are going out patrolling bases, and we got another drop. And let's pause it and look at. I just want to see how effective these are. So it's 3,000 minerals. We're up 3,000 minerals. Play. Oh, what do we do for a drop? Let's go kill it with our drones. Now we're up 4,000, but we probably throw it all away. Yes, we do. And now we're back to up 3,000. And they are crushing it in drone count right now. If we don't leverage our army, I don't know why our SCVs are so low. I feel like maybe we're not building SCVs. What's our production? We are building SCVs, but maybe there's a big gap because they haven't hit us at all. Why are our SCVs so low? Note to team, we need to build more SCVs. We need to do a lot of things better. Whew. There's a point where the game is so big that my drops do very little compared to how much APM they take, and maybe I'd be better off pushing across the map. Here they come, here they come. Now pause. Do we know about that? What do we know? We don't know about that at all. And that seems like it's going to be pretty devastating. We have this base covered a bit by a couple tanks, a bit, but we don't know about that. We must know it's a possibility. And we do have a drop going out on the map so that if they all in something, we can pressure them, but looks like we're going to get wrecked by this, doesn't it? I bet a human player would be able to. Let's go back to everyone. And just to see lost. So it's 3,000 advantage to us. Here we go. Play. What would a human player done there? Probably not gotten in the tank's range and probably just sniped us down and left. They don't understand that. So now we're up 5,000. So that was another massive win for us, which we did not deserve. And now we're feeling emboldened again because they just threw a bunch of guys away and we defended it with virtually no losses. We're still super down economically though. We have a huge army lead, but we're not using it. Not using it properly. Oh, here we go, here we go. That's something. Oh, okay. Okay, so I definitely felt very emboldened by that whole failed attack. And we were up 5,000 on Lost, but now it's going to be more. Look at that. That was our response. It was, okay, they just lost a ton of stuff. How are they going to defend against two separate drops? Mutas. I'm sure they throw in their... They keep throwing their drones away, and they're still up drones, though. We've killed so... Oh, hold on. Falcon does this all the time. How do you see lost? How do you see what's been lost? L. How do I see units lost? Units? U? No, that didn't work. The control commands make me nervous. I'm going to close out N. Control food. Oh, we can just leave that up all the time? No, we don't need that. It's on the W. Control X, we know that. Control A for army. That's... Okay, sure, but that's down here too. Control W for frame stuff. Oh, yeah, for a big battle, but who cares? Control R for kill. Ah, that's not the units that are lost. Control I for income. No. I don't know. I know I've seen it. Oh, it's at the end. Maybe it's at the... No, it's not at the end. I tried hitting all the buttons, and seeing what they did, and I don't remember seeing one that pulled up the units that were lost. Alright, my point is, they lost a ton of drones, but they still have more drones than us. Okay. At the start of this, we were up 5,000 lost. Now we're up 7,000 lost. 7,000, okay. Lost. And one of them's been pushed away, but they're still hemorrhaging down here, killing us with their drones, which is sad, I guess. Alright, finally I'll say we're up workers. I'll say we're up about 10 workers when you put in the mules. And our harassment days are over now. We know they have mules out. Harassment days are over. We should be able to snowball the supply clap pretty soon. We've done enough damage to them to keep them from running away with the macro game. Oh, look at that. The changelings are our color on the minimap. That's... Huh, I wonder... Someone decided that. Okay, they... really pushing our luck here with those mutants out. How's our macro doing? Chipadon, keeping our minerals low. Look at that. What are we building? And that gets cleaned up. What are we building? Look at our army. So our supply is probably... Well, I just lost a ton, but... Look at the upgrades are coming. Level 3 is coming. Level... This seems pretty good. And I can see the upgrades down here, so... We're about on par with the AI. We still know how many bases they have, right? We must know. Yeah, we know there's 4, so we're probably saying, hey, we should make another base, at least in base. And then look how good I am at spending the energy. Oh, amazing. Oh my god, look at the energy spend! And that's not even an orbital. Oh, this is why we're not Diamond League. Okay, okay. At my peak, I was in the top 3% of players on NA. That was at least 7 years ago. Ready to blunder. Now I'm... I haven't played ladder in a couple years. I just want to get so I don't screw up basic stuff like this again on the versus the AI before we jump into the fray. That's what this whole Archon team is about right now. Just so we don't screw up basic stuff and then laddering.
We could use some help here. Who wants some?
What are we looking at here? We're looking at... Maybe we should skip forward a bit. Let's just skip forward. F. Why doesn't F work?
You want a piece of me, boy?
Forward. Does D do it? No? What? Okay, well, there's a faster button up here.
Mineral field depleted.
Social? I don't know if you guys can see that. Hello, phased.
Armed and ready.
Increase speed. Let's just do it for a bit.
This better be good.
Let's go to 20.
Go, go, go!
Reporting for action.
Upgrade complete.
Everyone. Faster. Okay, pause it, because it looks like something's about to happen. Faster. Okay, pause it. Oh, there's a jogger walking with their dog being followed by a car going 3 miles an hour ago. Going 3 miles an hour. Who cares? We're back to the game. We're back to the game. We see that, oh my god, we are having such a hard time building drones. We're still at 36. What is happening? I wish I could pull units lost because we haven't lost any drones, right? Maybe when they attacked with the infestors down here. We're not making any SCVs. We have 35 probes. We should have 70 probes. We are way down right now economically. Yes, we have 4 bases, but... So 36 plus 9, so we have 45 probes. We're down 15. Yes, we have army supply, but this is where I fall apart in army supply because I'm bad at projecting power as trained. I understand us is harassing and defending. And I can do those, but I can't harass once the supply gets above about 100. I can't effectively harass because I don't have the APM for multiple drops. I should be able to handle that better. But we feel like we're up, but we don't realize that we're so low on SCVs. That's killing us here. There's something to fix. We got a bad rally. They're coming to attack us again. But we understand this again is the harassing race. I don't know where the harassing crew is right now. I'm probably spreading out the defense. I should have had some APM to harass, but I'm terrible. So, and defense. So the computer does the stupid let's attack into exactly where the train wants you to attack. And we're able to replicate what we've done before. The Baneling defense, the Infestor defense. Baneling defense was good on us. Infestor defense was, I mean, we should have got crushed there. They just walked into the tank line. And this here, I feel like we're in a good spot to defend this, even if they were humans would be, I mean, we wouldn't be crushed. Pull up the Lost and see how it goes. We're up, whatever that is, 7,000 right now. Pause. And they just, what's the worst possible thing you can do here? Just picture that's what the computer's going to do. We're at 7,000, and so we control A into it. F2, I put on control A, so we attack all into it. They're getting shelled, they're getting they're getting liberated and shelled, and that was just, we were 7,000 up, now we're 10,000 up. Look at the supply, 100 to 30. We're still in the 30s on SCVs, despite not losing any. Parasitic bomb, look at that. And at this point, we know that we have to move. They just got wrecked. We need to go in. They're not going to be able to defend us, so we need to attack on multiple fronts. We can just take a huge lead here, and if we don't do it now, we're not going to be able to do it. It's not going to get any better than that. What is player 2 doing? Let's see. Player 2, escape, player 2. Player 2 is, escape, player 2. Player 2 is macroing good. Our bank is still, that's a commendable bank. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, it could be better, obviously, but it's not bad. What's player 1 doing? Player 1 is putting out multi-pronged attacks right now. Oh, I'm trying to load up. Wait a minute. Player 1 is trying to load up changelings into a medevac. I've never seen Falcon Paladin point that out. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Is that right here? Let me load up these changelings. I wonder if it goes out to attack. What is the loss? Oh, 12,000. Okay, so they're getting crushed. So it's any competent player was game over at that old attack. Changelings, what are you doing? You're not gonna go for a ride? No? Okay. Attack there. Oh, I did realize it. Haha, let's fill you up for real now and go attack. Okay. And it's just, I guess you could throw this away if you didn't attack. They're still up 20 workers somehow. And the multi-pronged attack, they have enough to shut down some of it, but at the same time they're getting wrecked there, they're about to get wrecked there, so we could easily have still lost this game if we just were terrible. We weren't that terrible. And what's Chipadon doing? Chipadon's still keeping our mineral. Okay, so it's starting to get out of hand for him. What's F2 doing? F2. No, F2 is. What's F3? Okay, I'm gonna close out of the game if I keep that up. Lost, so we're up a bunch. Chipadon is macro. He's doing good, macro. No point in ever getting any more bases. We just need to make a ton of army. Just what could we possibly lose against? Safeguard against that. What could we possibly lose against? I mean, we know nothing, but maybe make some missile turrets, some sensor towers. Be careful now. Just don't lose. As long as we have the army to keep them on their toes over here, which we do. And wow, we finally passed in workers, but we're still at 37 workers! What is production? 5 reactors? I mean, yeah, we should need more workers. How the drops, have they expanded? Of course they did. No, not of course, that wasn't a given. And do I feel like I did enough damage? Really, this is a failure. This is a failure. I mean, great, I didn't let them recover, but you would think they'd just get crushed at that point. Well, we're feeling pretty good. We're feeling pretty good because we know the base count is 4 to 4, if you count that. We know we have a big army supply. Well, we probably don't know that anymore, but we do. Now we must know because we kept the pressure on. We just wanted to throw supply away against their supply. I think this is a very rambling video. I'm just going to speed it up. Forward doesn't work. I understand that. So it's just picking up the pieces. We're just containing them, keeping them weak. We know if we keep fighting them, they can't replenish the way we can replenish. And looks like I just got a big let's move in and kill them going. And Chipadon is still at 37 workers, and I still haven't been able to kill them. I have 5 bases. So we did some things right, we did some things wrong. Things we did right, I would say base decision making was pretty good. Things we did wrong, no making SCVs, that was one. And I mean, we did a ton of things wrong. We didn't make SCVs, we didn't spend our energy. The game said, yeah, of course, we didn't spend our energy. We didn't harass well enough. We deserved to lose that base. So some good and some bad, and I hope that this video has been recording.